I never really thought about it that way. You make a good point. Oh, hi, Virtual English for students. Welcome to week 3, day 11, day 11, because y'all had Labor Day off, of virtual learning. Today we're going to move on to, this week we're going to move on to the second purpose of writing, inform and explain. Just a little reminder for you. To inform, the writer states a main point and purpose, and then tries to present that information in a surprising way. Now, I have good news for you. Today, you don't have any homework. I do want you to read the things that I'm going to post on Classroom today. Please read those for me, and I have no way of knowing if you did or not, but I would really recommend it. That way you can kind of see how certain authors go about presenting information in a surprising way. And two, it will start to hopefully help you understand what a mentor text is and why they are such important tools to use in learning how to write and read and all that fun stuff. But yes, we're going to be informing and explaining this week. No homework today, just read the things I'm going to post. And then on Wednesday and Thursday, I will have a couple shorter prompts for you to do, similar to last week. You just do the prompts, and then you'll pick whatever one you felt was the best to do a more formal essay on Friday for. All right, so I have 6 essays total that you're going to read. They're all fairly short. One is based off Sherman Alexie's The Unofficial and Unwritten Rules, but you better follow them or you're going to get beaten twice as hard. Spokane Indian Rules for Fisticuffs. I want y'all to read that, and then you're going to see, so he has something he is going to inform you about, and he explains it in a very unique and interesting way. And then Kelly Gallagher, his book's over there on the other side of the classroom, he wrote a piece, and then one of his students wrote a piece as well. And then you're going to read this Rick Riley piece about Way Down by Too Much Cash. He's informing us about how professional athletes often are broke by the time they retire or within 5 years of them retiring. And the way that he's explaining it is through an interesting way of sarcasm. So that's how he informs and explains his piece. It's a really interesting and funny piece to read, so I'd highly recommend it. And then Callie Gallagher, once again, does one himself, and then one of his students does one themselves. I recommend just reading them, kind of seeing the similarities and how to use a mentor text going forward. It'll make a lot of the stuff that we're doing a lot easier. In fact, if you want to, for one of your creative pieces this week, use one of these formats as a template to write your piece this week, you possibly can. Remember, it does need to be about 500 words. So maybe the Unofficial Unwritten Rules might not be the best one to go with. I think Gallagher gets close to 100 or 500 words. I know Rick Riley does. So if you wanted to follow it that way, you could. So I'm actually going to read the Sherman Alexie piece. I'm not going to read the Rick Riley one. It's a little bit longer, and we might face a DMC takedown. But I'm going to read the student version piece though, because that's a little bit shorter and it can get the point across. And so this is one way of informing and explaining. So he's informing us about the rules of fisticuffs, so the rules of fighting for Spokane Indians, and then he's going to explain it in an interesting way. The unofficial and unwritten, but you better follow them or you're going to get beaten twice as hard, Spokane Indian rules of fisticuffs. Number 1, if someone insults you, then you have to fight him. Number 2, if you think somebody's going to insult you, then you have to fight them. 3, if you think somebody's thinking about insulting you, then you have to fight him. 4, if somebody's insults any of your family or friends, or if you think they're going to insult your family or friends, or if you think that they're thinking about insulting your family or friends, then you have to fight them. Number 5, you should never fight a girl unless she insults you, your family, or your friends, and then you have to fight her. Number 6, if someone beats up your father or your mother, and then you have to fight the son and or daughter of the person who beat up your father or mother. Number 7, if your mother or father beats up somebody, then that person's son or daughter will fight you. Number 8, you must always pick fights with the sons and or daughters of Indians who work for the Bureau of Indian Affairs. Number 9, You must always pick fights with the sons and our daughters of any white people who live anywhere on the reservation. Number 10, if you get into a fight with somebody who is sure to beat you up, then you must throw the first punch because it's the only punch you'll ever get to throw. And number 11, if in any fight, the loser is the first one who cries. So that is Sherman Alexi's original one, and I'm actually gonna read the student version of this one. It's a little bit shorter. The student who used the Alexi piece as a mentor used his structure as a template and put their own ideas into the structure. And here's what they did. The unofficial and unwritten, but you better follow them if you want to be a musician at MHS rules of MHS band. Number 1, when there is a band event, arriving on time is arriving late. Number 2, when there is a band event, arriving early is considered arriving on time. Number 3, when there is a band event, arriving late means you shouldn't arrive at all. Number 4, bouncing a ball of any kind in the band room will get you bounced out of band. Number 5, no PDA, public displays of affection, in the band room. Number 6, if Mr. Yim, the advisor, finds out you're having a relationship with another band member, you'll get the talk, which always ends in warnings against creating future band members. Number 7, freshmen must clean the bus. Number 8, while in uniform, no eating. Number 9, while in uniform, no chewing gum. Number 10, while in uniform, no cursing. Number 11, if you eat or chew gum or curse while in uniform, you will no longer have a uniform. So that student took the Sherman Alexi piece as an outline and put their own ideas in there to help create their own unique and funny and interesting piece. As I mentioned, the other one I want you to read is the Weighed Down by Too Much Cash by Rick Riley. We're not going to read him or Gallagher's, but we will read the student version. I do want you to read all 6 of these on your own for your homework tonight, because I'm not having y'all write anything tonight. I just need y'all to read. The more you read, the better you get at it. You need both reading and writing work as boats. They both will help each other make you get better at both of them. So you need to practice both. So this piece is mentored or off of the Riley piece that you'll also read, but we're only going to read this one because it's a little bit shorter, and that way we can wrap up the video. This is called Congrats Newly Minted Teenager. Now that you've been converted into a preteen to an official teenager, welcome to the world of raging hormones, unexpected changes, and random emotional outbreaks, where it's cool to drive your parents bananas. If you're looking for the fastest, coolest, most popular way to irritate the parentals, then look no further, and I will guarantee that my foolproof 8-step DVD plan will have your parents shipping you off to boarding school in no time. The 8 essentials you need to get started. Number 1, be inconsiderate. Talk loudly on your cell phone at all times. Barge in while your beloved parents are watching a family movie. When the house seems too peaceful, burst out the emo, screamo, mute rock music. Bring Snoop Dogg and Lil Wayne along too. I'm sure they'll love to join the fun. Number 2, leave in the middle of the big talking to you're getting. Don't give them the privilege to finish their thoughts. You have better things to do. Trust me. The look on their faces will be priceless as you walk out the door. Number 3, resist parent rules. If you have a 10 p.m. curfew, wander home at 2 a.m. When they tell you to take out the trash, make more. You're supposed to wash the dishes, just accidentally drop one of the more expensive pieces on the floor. Guess what? They won't ask you to do dishes anymore. Number 4, drop F-bombs. Cussing is an effective way to getting getting yourself a first-class ticket to a boarding school. Practice using F words as all 8 parts of speech. Number 5, abuse the house when your parents are away. What do you do when you have a house all to yourself? Party, bring the DJ, the booze, the boys, not necessarily in that order. Party hard till dawn and with the sickest kids in school. When the party is finally over, the house is completely trashed. Do a poor job of cleaning it up. Number 6, blow off school, ditch class, get horrible grades. Come to school when you feel like it. Every parent's dream is to be the proud mother/father of a future lifetime fast food worker. Number 7, keep your parents in line. If they try to get rowdy with you, push them around. Show them who's boss. Don't be afraid to go all Chris Brown on them. Number 8, treat your parents to a show. Make sure your parents walk through the door as you are hooking up with your boyfriend/girlfriend. Enjoy the shock on their faces as they walk into your little wrestling match. See, kid, you can be a horrible teenager. So order my How to Get to Boarding School series, and I'll throw in Get Sent to Juvenile Hall DVD as a bonus, absolutely free. All right, so those are the pieces. They're informing and explaining. They're stating a main point and a main purpose of what they're writing, and they are presenting the information in a surprising and interesting way. The official and unwritten rules is an interesting one because you have to kind of explain, like the in between the lines. It's not an official rule. It's like not in a rule book, but everybody kind of follows them. And the way Alexi Gallagher and the student do it is a great. Then the Rick Riley piece is fantastic. His main point, once again, is he's talking about how professional athletes lose money within the first 5 years of them being retired, and then he presents it in an interesting way through using sarcasm. If you didn't pick up the sarcasm on the teenager one, that's kind of what they were doing. And then every one of them used the original piece as a template, but they filled it with their own unique thoughts and ideas. All right. No work today, no writing today. Tomorrow I'll be back with a writing assignment. Just read these pieces, please, and I will see you all tomorrow. Peace.